going.
Let's start over here.
Okay.
Okay. You got 2 breakers in this gray box. One on the right is inverter. One on the left is generator. After you warm up the generator at least 20 minutes, if you run the generator to charge, then you flip that breaker on after it's warmed up. Okay? If you leave here, or if there is a big lightning storm coming, this inverter is a computer. If there's enough electricity in the air, it'll fry it. So where this red bar is to the left-hand side of the big black inverter, that's a 250 amp main breaker. You flip it down, it'll kill the inverter, it'll kill power to the house, and nothing will get lightning damaged. If you're leaving for a long extended period of time, except for the winter, because winter you still need your heat on, flip it off too, because that would be for if it was a camp and nobody was living here. That way the solar's still on, it charges the batteries, but the inverter's off, not using power for the house.
And you're not risking the inverter there, yeah.
Right, and you're not risking the inverter there too. Okay. Again, with the generator, there's a generator button on the lower left-hand side. And if you push that button, after you flip that up, you hit the on button. That's part of charging the batteries too. And that will start the charging process. You have to do that to charge the batteries with this system. There's a booklet there for this. It'll explain all that stuff too. But that's the only booklet that's worth looking at, and all this stuff is
that one. Okay.
Okay. It'll show you the different programs. It'll also give you a menu, an idiot-proof menu.
Perfect.
Don't do any reprogramming, because I programmed it. It's only for on-off inverter and on-off generator stuff. But you kill the power to the generator. You don't have to hit off over there.
Okay.
It's going to do it itself. Now over here you got the meter that tells you what's going on with your batteries and your how full your system is. Center light is for amps. When there's no minus sign in front of that number, you're actually charging the batteries. Green light is on, you're charging the batteries. When there's a minus sign, the green light goes off. That's how much power you're using. This, not to confuse things too much, but this reads in 48 volts DC, and the power you're using is 120 volts AC. So this is actually 2.5 times less than 120 volts. So if this reads that you're drawing 5 amps, you're actually drawing 2.5 times less than.
Okay.
Okay? Then you got percentage. This reads in 1% increments. The range that the batteries run in for the life of the batteries and the amount of power you have in the batteries is 100% down to 75%. Now, it doesn't hurt if you go below 75%, as long as it's not a steady diet.
Okay. That's not like an everyday thing, yeah.
6 times a year. Most of the time it's going to be, 90 to 96%.
Okay.
Most of the time. That's where it's going to sit. So the center button is select. You don't have to set the reset button for anything. So you hit it once, all the lights are off except the charging. Again, is battery voltage on the left. That's your current battery voltage. And then amperage in and out, minus sign or not, and then percentage. After you get used to this system, you'll know where the batteries are at before you even come down here. These 2 units here for the solar, breakers for the solar, are on the left-hand side here and the right-hand side over here. These are ground fault breakers and input. These are from these charge controllers to the batteries. Those should be in the on position all the time. To reset them, if one ever trips, which is rare, you shut it off, you turn it back on.
Okay.
Okay. These screens here, you hit the button once and it should bring up this screen where it has voltage and amperage. You can hit it again, it goes to programming. Just bring it back. First button on the left will bring it back to what's going on with the solar and charging. So the top left tells you what the solar voltage is out there. That says 104 volts right now, but there's no amps coming in. This is out, that's your current battery voltage. Over here, the solar is 88 volts coming in, and your amperage on the right is 1.7 and 2.9 actually going into the batteries. 160 watts and 1 kilowatt hour. And then the program it's in on the bottom right would be bulk. The first one would be bulk. Then it would come up to a higher voltage, about 59.4, and it would say absorbing. And then it'll be in absorbing for an hour or two, depending on whether they had sun the day before or not. And then it'll go to
Floating,
like
which I
this
see
one
over there.
says,
Yep.
Right? So this one's shut down because that one's doing the charging. Okay? I can show you something on this. If I can find it. Oops. Let's go back. This is the one I want. And I gotta see whether it's advanced or, no, it's not.
Password, my goodness.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do this. I just want to do it too. Okay. Force, see?
Okay.
That's in miscellaneous. You can go, next will bring to the next program, but you can force bulk, float, or bulk. So if I push force bulk,
I heard it.
It's going to do wake up.
And so what does this mean? So right now it means that's
Tracking.
going to be turning on and charging?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See the voltage climbing? 50,
Yep.
57, 57. Battery voltage at the solar dropping down. And I mean, for a cloudy, drizzly day, you're still charging at, 3, almost 6 amps there with the solar. Whereas before, when you had a very small solar array, that hardly did anything on a cloudy, rainy day, So this is going to show higher now. 3.5 amps instead of, what was it, 0.4 of an amp or something. And, you can always do that. You can always go into, I'll leave it on miscellaneous, and then you hit go, and then next, and you see where it says force bulk, and then exit, you're out of it. And we don't have to hit exit there. But one other thing I want to show you on this is the second button over. There's the second button over and the third button over. Well, the second button over, see where it says today?
Yep.
That tells you what this did today. So that one brought in 17 amps. This one just started, brought in 3 amps.
And this one didn't need to do that because that one's good.
Maximum voltage was already up at 50.9 today.
Okay.
So they were, with very little sun. It came up really 59.4 is where it is, but with temperature, it changes. Cooler the temperature, the higher that voltage is going to say. So it really is only absorbed for, not even a minute. Oh, yeah, it is a minute. But it was floating for 2 hours and 22 minutes. See? Now this one was absorbing.
Yeah, so it wasn't floating, so we don't have anything showing
3
for float.
minutes, right. Now, if you hit the third button over, that was yesterday, maximum voltage, 59.8. It floated for that long because it didn't have to do much. Maximum voltage at the solar was 105. Maximum amps was 4 amps. It was really full. So third one again, well, there's 2 days ago. Look at that, floated for that. 5 days ago, you see, we didn't have it hooked up then. There's nothing. So this will go back 128 days.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that when we did the walkthrough.
Yeah. Okay, but this will help you. And the lights on the inverter, the 2 green ones on, the inverter's on. When your generator kicks in, there's a orangey yellowish light that's going to blink. There's a delay, 60 seconds or less, and it'll go to a solid orange or yellow light, and then you're actually charging. You go over here, and that number should jump way up.
Okay.
You're charging. And I can't tell you what's going on with the generator out there. I hooked up the wires to it, and it should be fine.
Okay.
But
Anything else
in
I need
my-
to learn there?
No.
Cool.
No. In my view, with what you guys are doing and what you have, unless you have, more power use than what you're talking about now, and it's November and December. Those are the horrible months.
Yeah, no sun November.
Yeah, yeah. Your heating system's going to be the biggest draw.
Yeah.
And you just got to watch. You can't use all them zones. It'll be too much for the system. When we talked about it,
Yep.
we talked 2 zones.
Yeah, the one zone's down here and the other one's just the main floor. We usually leave this one off, and we want to be putting in a wood burning stove too to help curb.
Yeah, well, you do that, you'll be all set. I mean, I have people with smaller systems than this and way more power needs than what you do, and they're fine.
First off, I can't even believe that I'll be able to
No, there's no reason why you can't turn lights on and stuff and live and
yeah.
Run your computer or TV and stuff. Like I said to you guys in the beginning, it's when you use stuff constantly, 12, 8, 24 hours a day, constant on, that you run into issues.
Yeah.
And
well, we definitely have a curb that habit, and I don't think even if now that this is even available, it's just I don't think it's something we're going to find ourselves doing because it's been a year of us doing
right.
the minimal.
I know, but I have people that I put these systems in for, and they go, "Oh God, we got all kinds of power." Well, you got sunny days, and then all of a sudden.